he is looking for governorship. And if you want to be a governor, you have to certainly go outside your constituency. You have to go to all the three senatorial zones to do something. And he has the means and the resources to do it. So I'm not surprised that he went to my constituency. And in fact, he has been doing that, not only in my constituency, even the Kano South, because he is an aspirant for governorship in the state. See, that is the light I will give you. He
Yes.
is aspirant
Yes.
and he is strong. Certainly he has a lot of followership
Yes.
and he has a lot of resources. And he's eager to release the resources and he's doing so. So I think it's not surprising that he did that.
Okay, distinguished. We also know that you have done a lot in your own constituency.
I have I've been doing this even before I came into the Senate. I think I have my attitude and the way of living and doing things my people is like my genital. I inherited it in our family. If you go to Kano and ask of my family, I'm from a big family and we are therapists. I have a foundation. Even now, I will show you what I have with, to give out this time without anybody knowing. And I'm going to do empowerment for people to see. Maybe he will come and see. He is coming. I will invite him to see the empowerment I will do, which will be much more than what I did the other time. That is political. But the one on the side, I'm just compiling the list of people. I have the list here. We've been working since yesterday on the list of people to patronize privately because they won't come. When you are a politician, well, I'm a philanthropist, and when you're in politics, you don't only patronize the politicians, you patronize those that actually vote, that have no party, patronize them. There are a lot of people, most of the people do not belong to any party. They have no alienation with any party, but they identify somebody who helps them, somebody who they believe is good, and they'll go for him when it comes to voting. They'll vote for him.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
The politicians in Kano, Kano is a population of more than 25, 27 million people. But we don't have more than 1 million politicians, registered politicians. They don't up to that. In all political parties. But when it comes to voting, you see 5 million people voting. Where do you get the 5 million? They are not politicians. They are people from the town, from the villages, from the communities that have alienation or that have contact or happy with somebody who loves somebody or who believes somebody can do something for them. That is it. So we are doing that.
Yes, sir.
We always do that. That's why uh, I, I have the highest votes as a senator, the highest vote in the whole Senate. I came with the highest votes, 580 million thousand votes. No senator got that in Nigeria because of the population of my constituency, and a lot of people know me, and so on and so forth. So,
Yes, sir. There is serious political crisis in Kano State. Many people say your leader from the NNPP will soon move to the ruling party APC. Are you also planning to move with His Excellency Senator Kwankwaso to APC?
and there's no serious political, what did you say?
Crisis.
Crisis. There's no serious crisis in our party. Maybe there are serious crises in Kano, yes. Even the other party is more in crisis than ours. The crisis in our party is some people, uh, we have a fraction of some people, some dissidents that have decided to leave the party for another place for their own reason. Now, we decided to change our logo, we did a convention. I was the chairman of the convention, national convention we had. We have a leadership. We changed our logo. We have changed so many things in our constitution. We took it to INEC. INEC accepted it. After giving us some observations, we corrected it, and they received our logo. And when you go to the INEC website, you will see our new logo. But they are still maintaining, those dissidents are still maintaining that old logo. It doesn't exist anymore. It's just like the APC. APC is a culmination, it's coming together of some parties, ACN, CPC, NDPP, and so on, in a fraction of AUGA. They came together, they brought in a new logo, they brought in a new constitution and everything registered with INEC and became APC. Now it's like somebody from CPC or from ANPP to come and say we are still there, we are still the party. You know, they are not. They are not. It's just a dream. And we last week had our NEC meeting. INEC was there. They wanted to hold a convention. They were stopped. INEC didn't go. They went ahead and did it. So you can see we have no problem in our party. Sadly, there are some problems with other party. I know there are some to soon emanate, to soon come out. They are in problems. And the question that my leader might be moving to APC, well, nothing is impossible in politics anyway. We are open. We've been saying we are open to any alignment, cooperation, coming together, whatever. We are ready for that. And if our leader decides that he will move, we are certainly going to move with him, definitely. But a leader will not sit down alone and decide to move. We are talking together. We are talking. We discussed and talked before we did what we did before, and even now we are talking, and we are open to anything good that will be good for the country. So if our leader decides to go with them, we will certainly go together. And we are going en bloc. We have a group which is called Congosia Group, and that group is increasing by the day, getting stronger by the day, and we are determined to move with anybody who is willing to have an agreement with us and go together. Otherwise, we will stay put and deliver our state and some few states around us.
Okay, sir. Please, what prompts for the
Change the logo because this logo is more meaningful. It's more sensible than the other one before. You see, the ideology of our leader is education, education, education. We are backward in education. That's why we thought we should better change our logo instead of this fruits. You know, it was a basket of fruits. Instead of basket of fruits, why don't we bring in an academic cup and a book to to signify our ideology of education, education, education. You know, that is why we changed the logo. We want to okay, our party is not like other parties. Every party has a reason for bringing its own logo. PDP is umbrella. That people will go under shade under the umbrella. That people enjoy. Well, people enjoyed for a while, but then the umbrella got torn and they were in trouble. So, so you see, but I don't think anybody will quarrel with book. Anybody will quarrel with academic gown. Everybody will want to go to school, will want to graduate, because that's why between that is our logo.
Thank you very much.
Sorry.
I heard a lot of people say people are crying from the north. I want to borrow the words of my leader, the Senate President. Even when they have never read anything in the tax bill. The tax bill is very voluminous. You know, I have it here, you see. It's very voluminous. People have not read it, and yet you are crying. But even in the south, there are states that are supposed to cry because it will be to their disadvantage if this is implemented to the core. Kano, in fact, is an advantage. Kano, Lagos, and Port Harcourt are the people, are the states to enjoy this tax bill. Kano's income share of the national share of the tax, the VAT and whatever will triple. To triple. We get more money from the taxation from the tax from whatever revenue is generated. You understand?
Yes.
So if Kano is crying, if some people from Kano, even though he didn't say Kano, he said North. Some northern states are crying because if it is allowed to go like that, they are at a serious disadvantage. And most of the states, not only in Kano, cannot fend for themselves. They cannot because they depend on the stipend they get from the federal government. But like Lagos, Kano is a business place. We don't depend on the federal stipend. Lagos does not depend on that. Like Rivers does not. Most of the southern states certainly may depend on the revenue from oil, but there are things they will certainly be at a disadvantage because at least what is derived from the derivative portion of the thing. You see, for example, Kano and Lagos are the most populous states, and therefore it's expected that more people are using mobile there. And these taxes, the tariffs, the taxes from mobile is huge, very huge. Now, the more tax is derived from that to go to derivation. 10 million people use it. The money gotten from there will be given to Kano based on 10 million people. 200,000 people, I'm sorry, please, if somebody or can somebody come from Belsa, for example, 200,000 people from Belsa, you only get 200, a proportion of that 200,000 people, and which means they will get less, much, much less than Kano, and Lagos, and Rivers, and Ibadan, and so on. These are large places. You understand? So that is the cry. And the second part of what some of the northerners are crying is a taxation on inheritance. You know, in Islam, Muslims, we have a set rule of inheritance, and it's not taxable. But this provision is like there's going to be a taxation on inheritance. If somebody dies, the wealth will be taxed before it is distributed to his family. We think it's unfair because we have everybody has his belief. You know, it's in our own part of the country where there is this tax law, religious tax law. I'm sure nobody will want that. You see, few things like that, but nobody. I wasn't against it because I read part of this bill. I know it is going to help the country. We are going to get more money than before, and our problem here, the taxation. This is excellent for Nigeria. The taxation we are receiving now, we are collecting, even without this law, we are collecting less than 20% of what we are supposed to collect. It's the system. The system is abused. So much so that we are not collecting the taxes we are supposed to collect. If we can collect the taxes we are collecting, in fact, even the government may have not thought of coming up with all these things. We don't collect up to 20% of the taxes we are supposed to collect. Our rich men are not paying taxes. They are always evading it. It is criminal. It's criminal to evade tax. You can avoid it by other means, you know. I'm an accountant. I read taxation. There are two things in tax, escaping from tax: avoidance and evasion. If you evade it, it's criminal. If you avoid it, you're smart. You have a smart way to avoid it. But we are not collecting up to 20%. I assure you this. But this one will help us do that. Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much.
I think we should do is to reconcile the two. But you see, they are in court now. There are things I wouldn't want to say because it's prejudicial.
Yeah.
It's prejudicial if I say something now. But it's not a minority. The Senate is a family. As a family, I think what we are supposed to do is to try and reconcile before the two. If we were not in court, I would have something to say because I know both of them. I have been with them. Natasha and the Senate President, Natasha family and Senate President are friends. Natasha is my daughter. We were in the House of Reps with her father about it. He was a member of my committee on water resources when I was the chairman in the House of Reps. Check the record. Her father was in my committee. He was my friend, and we were in touch up to some time. Well, I don't know whether he's still around, but we were in touch up to some time because I've been meeting his former members. So I always regard her as my daughter, and the third president, I regard him as my leader and my friend because we are all senators. Natasha, Senate President, myself, and all senators are equal. It's just that he is one among the equal by courtesy of our arrangement, right?
Yes.
So I know them. When, being a friend to him, we traveled together with him, private travel. And when we came back, he said, please, can you escort me from the airport to go to my friend's house? His wife has delivered so that we can go and congratulate them. We said, yes. We went. And it was Natasha. It was Natasha that delivered a new baby. And we went and we congratulated them and so on. We had dinner there and so on and left. So you can see how close the family is. So I don't know. That is the only thing you can hear from me officially.
Okay, sir.
There are things that happened before, and Natasha, she's like a man. You know that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very